My name is Keith, and I am known as the Florida Stone Man. And today I'm going to be talking to you all about your projects. And this is what will keep you going in life. This will keep you happy. This will keep you alive. This will help you understand why things go the way they do. And this will help you really connect with the Most High even more and passing him certain things you cannot do. And this will help you achieve more things that you're trying to do. Now, the real question is, what are you trying to do? What are you doing? What doing? What are you doing? I see a little parrot on Instagram. A little parrot was saying, what doing? It's like, the parrot's trying to say, what are you doing? And all I can say is, what doing? So, what doing? Ask yourself throughout the day and just have fun with it. Be funny with it and just, because yeah, if you're too serious, you're going to end up choking yourself. You're going to be like, too many, this is too much versus this is fun. Life is fun and life is easy. Biggest misconception is people say life is hard because you've manifested that with your own word. People don't even realize that. People will say, oh, life is hard. I'm like, speak for yourself. Life is easy. Life is nice. Life is enjoyable. If you don't really think that, say it. It'll manifest anyway. Manifestation doesn't care. It doesn't discriminate. Let's talk about your projects. I'm going to ask you, this is the interactive part of the video. What doing? What are you doing? What's your projects in life? You're doing things, you're doing stuff, you're moving yourself closer to your highest self. And this is the thing, when you're more honest with yourself about what you're exactly doing, it makes things a lot more clear and you understand why things happen the way they do. So, what are your projects? What are your goals? Flat out right now, if you're telling me that you don't have goals, make some goals right now. I'm not going to accept that you don't have goals. This is not the kind of YouTube channel that you watch and you say, I don't have any goals. Make goals. If you do not have goals, I will make some goals right now. Number one goal, moving closer to God. That's the best goal. Number two, working on yourself, of course. But everything starts with God and everything ends with God. So what are your goals? What are your aspirations? What are your dreams? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to not do? What are you trying to see more of? What are you trying to see less of? So start becoming very obvious with yourself. I mean, obvious is intentful is a good word. Very intentful with yourself. So understand that why do people get frustrated over certain things? You really have to dissect your situation. Yes, I stood across. This video is covered by the blood of Jesus. But the thing is, when you dissect your situation, you have to understand things that you get upset about is probably a project that you don't have control over anymore. How many other projects do you have? So let's just say your goals are to start your small business, work on your small business, add more to your small business. I'm using small business as an example because that's everyone has a project that they don't seem to work on the small business because they get overwhelmed. So in that subject, break up your projects into smaller pieces. You have to write stuff down. If you're not writing stuff down, your mind will feel cluttered because you're trying to hold too much in your head. Write everything down. I urge people to write everything down. You'll develop your gifts more that way too. You'll see more financial abundance because there's more space in your head for new blessings and the energy of clarity to come into your mind. So that's a thing that you really do have to understand is be clear with yourself. Be very obvious with yourself. So what are your goals? You should have at least 7. 7? Yes, 7, and I'll explain why. Let's just say you have 3 goals, or you don't know your goals. If you don't know your goals, work with Clear Quartz for clarity. So you identify your goals. So you should be very clear with your goals. As clear as you possibly can. Some people some people are working on their sobriety. Some people are working on their crystal journey. Some people are working on their herb journey. And what tends to happen is people will start and stop and start and stop and start and stop, and they'll just keep working on stuff and it never seems to get finished because they weren't clear that it was their goal. So I would like you guys to please write down 7 of your goals. And why is this important? Because you'll end up seeing financial abundance, spiritual abundance, emotional abundance, your gifts opening. You'll see a lot less frustrations. You'll see a lot more blessings. You'll just see everything you ever want come true, and you'll be a lot frustrated. You'll be frustrated a lot less. There we go. You won't be a lot frustrated. So the thing about your goals and your aspirations is, from my point from earlier, is people would get really, really discouraged and really, really frustrated and really, really upset that they set out to do something and they didn't achieve it. When in reality it's still being achieved, but you just have to wait sometimes. Not everything is going to happen immediately. So one of your goals can take you 3 years, but if you have the mindset that it can happen tomorrow, or it can happen today, I would manifest that it's already happened, but you're patient. So when you're manifesting something, like it hasn't happened yet, it takes time. It really does take time. Your timing, God's timing is the ultimate best timing. The ultimate best timing ever. So it's normally when God passes us a blessing, it's normally a blessing we can keep. So if He were to give you something that you were not to be able to hold, or even a blessing that, let's just say you got the blessing, you couldn't hold the blessing, you couldn't keep the blessing because you weren't in a place of strength to be able to keep it. Sometimes you'll master such a strength, you'll master such an energy that will just make you so strong to the point where you can keep that blessing, and you'll even get more better new things coming your way just because you're so good at being stable and grounded and protecting your blessings. So let's go into a little more examples. So let's talk about one project. Let's just say you would like to work on your financial abundance. That's an energy. That's a very good energy. So let's just say, what's the most that you can do today? And keep in mind, there's 24 hours in a day. You're only awake a portion of the day. God, the Most High God, is helping you with your goals, but you have to trust Him. So assume God is, after you ask, assume He's helping you. Assume it's yours. Be grateful that it's yours because it's yours. But if you're too fixated on one project, you're going to get burnt out. So I'll give you an example. And yeah, I mean, let's get into this example first. You're focusing on financial abundance. You're so focused on it. Okay, you did everything you could do for today. You put stuff on the website. You filled your salon up with whatever. You made flyers, but there's nothing else you can do for today. Let's just say you passed out flyers. You took note of what part of town that you put the flyers in. Maybe you put an ad online. And that's the most you can do for today. What else can you do? You can brainstorm. If you can't brainstorm anything else, take a break. What's another project? Or find projects within that project. So let's just say you did everything you possibly can. So look in your small business and look, okay, should I update my flyers? Should I study different regions? So break it up into one project, one goal, into mini goals so you don't get overwhelmed. That's the thing with small businesses. People are like, oh, it's too much at once. Oh, I'll start it New Year's first, but you never do. You guys never start. So that's why at the New Year's, that's my least popular videos. I'm like, you people start your New Year's resolutions, and it goes for 3 days into the year, and my videos are New Year's first resolutions, and I'm very strict with you guys. I'm straight. I almost I don't chastise you or yell at you guys. I'm like, New Year's first, your resolutions. Every single year you break your resolutions. What are you doing? And people are like, like, stop doing that. Wake up. And people are like, if you don't believe me, watch my New Year's resolutions videos or any videos from December 20th to all the way up to New Year's, and people are like, and then even a week after New Year's, I'm like, none of you are doing your resolutions. It happens every year. Stop the cycle. So don't wait to do your goal. Start it now. And yes, I get very fired. I'm like, stop, wake up. Like, wait, you've been doing the same thing over and over and it's not working. Versus do something at work. So I've had people stop talking to me simply because I've given them such good advice. Good advice as in start now. And they're like, well, I'll start when I'm comfortable. If you did everything when you're comfortable, you'd never make any progress. If you're uncomfortable, you'll make the most progress. So start your goals right away. So the energy of projects. So when you start a project and you're getting burned out in one area, so like, what can I do to make my business flourish more? Okay, just work on the flyers, type in a description. Let's just say you get tired. So if you get tired and you're satisfied, that means you satisfied an energy. It means that project, that sacral chakra energy, that solar plexus chakra energy has gone to the right spots. That has gone to the right places. And let's just say, and the thing is, if time is going by super fast, and time is going by super fast, you're doing it correctly. Let's just say, oh no, I ran out of time for my project, and then you did it correctly. Now, there is a thing that's taken on too many projects. How do you know if you have too many projects or too little projects? Let me talk about that right now. It's because don't spread yourself too thin. So accomplish a project first, or do a project completely until you're moving on to the next part of another project. So when it comes to a different project, so let's just say you're working on your business from your small business salon or whatever, from when you wake up to when you go to sleep, or you do stuff until you get home and you work on stuff, or then you have like 4 hours to do a project. Okay, if it takes the entire time and you're feeling like you're making some good progress, good job. Signs that you're not working on your progress is you're doing everything else that's not really benefiting you, or you're just being bored all the time. If you're bored all the time, it means you have to do a project. God literally made us in his image. If we stop creating, then we go into self-destruction mode. That's why people get so depressed. It's because it's one reason why people get so depressed is because they stop creating, and God made us in his image, and we're natural mini creators. We make projects, we make civilizations as humans. We make civilizations, we paintings. You're always making something. You're making plans, you're making your day, you're literally creating things to do in your day. No one just sits there and just does nothing all day, or else you'll fall into entropy. It's like, it's worse than purgatory. So it is worse than purgatory. So if anything, create stuff in your mind, art designs, etc., but practice stuff. So too little projects, you're bored all the time is going by very slowly, you are getting just bored. So too many projects, you're not accomplishing much of anything, you're too spread out. The perfect amount of projects is that you're accomplishing stuff, you're making goals, you're not getting burnt out, and you're accomplishing stuff. It's very good. Now, let's talk about a different aspect about projects. Make sure what you're doing is in your lane. What do I mean by in your lane? Make sure you're not copying other people. Because this does happen to some people. They'll see other people like, oh, my favorite songwriter is this, and they'll literally copy them. Or they'll see someone doing something that is original to them, because if you copy someone directly, you can have someone as inspiration, but if you just flat out copy them, your path will not be blessed. It will not be blessed. It'll be a very mucky path. It'll be a very dark, mucky path, because God has you to do your own path. So be yourself, be original, because things will fall into place. So do your own thing. I've had people try to copy me in everything I do, and what I do is so unique, and because you can't copy a person's spiritual background, past lives, experience, their guides, etc. So if you're trying to copy a person's appearance, God made everyone unique for a reason. So if someone's trying to copy someone else, oh boy, for people who have tried to copy me, it goes so horribly wrong that sometimes I have to warn the person. I'm like, I'll just literally like message the person and be like, your life is this bad because you tried to copy me. You have a path. It's pretty obvious. It'll bring you more enjoyment, etc. So sometimes I'll just flat out tell people. Sometimes I'll just ignore people. So it depends on whatever is more helpful. But make sure and I had to say that, make sure you're not copying other people's projects, because God sees everything and you will be judged. You will be judged. It will lead to entropy. So as natural, and that's a thing. The devil tried to copy God in a couple things that God does, and it does not look good for the enemy. Let's just say that. The river of fire is very hot. The river of fire has fire in it, and it's a very long river, okay? So when it comes to you doing what's original to you, have fun with what you're doing. If you're getting frustrated about a project, if you can't, make sure you're asking, this is the most important part of the video, is make sure you're asking the Most High God for help in all your projects. If you're getting frustrated, ask yourself, am I trusting in God? Did I do everything I can do? Then switch projects. Just assume that it's wish granted, and it might take time. If you have a problem with, this is the biggest thing, if you have the problem with things taking time, then you should work on that. That should be a project of why, some shadow work project, for example. Like if you're impatient and you want things to happen overnight, sometimes the world's best blessing will take you about 3 years. or 2 years or a 1 year, and you want it to happen overnight, if it happened overnight, you wouldn't keep it. It would run away from you faster than you were trying to attract it. So if it takes time, it means it's gonna last forever. You're gonna have that blessing for life. You're gonna have it for life. Now, this video is very straightforward. Really think about your projects. Make sure you're asking God for help with all your projects. If you don't know what projects to do, ask Him for guidance in which projects you should be doing. If you have any questions, you can ask them in the comment section. Check out floridastoneman.com if you have not already. The necklace is a very fast way to help you focus the energies in accomplishing any project and manifesting energies that will help benefit your projects. So you can get a necklace from floridastoneman.com. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.